Welcome to Leading in Luxury, the podcast where we dive deep into the strategies and stories shaping the boutique and luxury hospitality industry. I'm your host, Daniel Renner. For those of you just joining us, we are DMR AI Hospitality Solutions, and we specialize in helping the boutique and luxury hospitality industry scale their revenue and profitability by acquiring new clients. We believe in leveraging cutting-edge technology to enhance, not replace, the human element of hospitality. Today, we have a truly inspiring guest, Tom Law. Tom is the group executive chef for a collection of restaurants in Cheltenham, UK, and the head of chef of the modern Indian restaurant Prithvi. His culinary journey began at just 14, leading him through Michelin-starred kitchens in Birmingham and New York, and now to his own business partnership in a new pub. Tom brings a unique perspective on culinary artistry, the pursuit of excellence, and the operational realities of the fine dining world. Tom, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Indeed. Your path from washing dishes at 14 to becoming group executive chef and a business partner is remarkable. Can you start by telling us your culinary journey? What inspired your unique fusion of classic French training with Indian spices and your ambitious goal of achieving a Michelin star for Prithvi?
Wow. So my journey into the kitchen started a lot like a lot of other chefs do. I just got a job because it was easy to get a job in the kitchen washing up, and then I was just struck by the rock and roll lifestyle that they seemed to live. And obviously, it was at a time when chefs that you used to see on TV were like rock stars for us. So I kind of decided that maybe for the wrong reasons, but that's what I wanted to do. But it was lucky enough I had some kind of touch with the food. Carried on my path through that way. Really, I decided to start doing a apprenticeship, which I didn't really get along with that well. So I just started working, worked at a few semi decent restaurants. And then I went to university and did a business management degree based around the hospitality industry, just to give me something to fall back on when my knees give in one day. Possibly not too long away, but. Yeah, so then I did a bit of traveling. I was lucky enough to be able to go to New York and stage in some good restaurants for 6 months nearly. And then I worked in a few Michelin star restaurants here. And then we went to Australia and worked for a year in some other prestigious restaurants there, came back to England and then decided to settle around the Cotswolds because obviously it's the most beautiful place on planet Earth, in my humble opinion. And came across someone who I used to work with when I worked in Birmingham a long time ago who had this restaurant, Prithvi. There was an opening for this job, and that's it, really. That was 5 years ago nearly, so here we are.
I think that qualifies as a rock and roll journey.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you. It didn't feel like it at some points, but
Well, Tom, your passion for culinary innovation is palpable. So, as you told me the last time, you said the scallop and crab ravioli with masala spice and curry beurre blanc sounds absolutely divine and perfectly encapsulates your unique fusion. Prithvi offers a high-end, modern Indian dining experience with 12 tables, and you're aiming for a Michelin star. What are the biggest operational challenges you find in maximizing revenue and ensuring profitability with such a limited number of covers, especially when you're balancing the demand for weekend bookings, which have a 2-month wait list, with the need to fill tables during the week? How do you strategically manage reservations and guest flow to optimize your financial performance?
it's like you said, it's easy to fill up a restaurant at the weekend, but we find that by filling up the restaurant at the weekend, which we do, we're very lucky to do because I understand places obviously sometimes struggle with that. But by doing that, we are only breaking even. So the important thing is to fill up the place during the week. So we're basically very flexible with what we offer. Although we're obviously striving for these accolades and the different things that come with it, we still are very open to allowing anyone to come and eat whatever they want. So we're very happy to serve vegetarians and gluten free. I say very happy, but we're happy enough to serve all these people. And then we have a different we have different options of menus, so we don't just force everyone to have the same menu and no diverting. People are more than welcome to take things from the a la carte menu or put things on here that they don't like and all this stuff. And we have a lunch menu that we serve during the week, which is outrageous value, even in my opinion, compared to a lot of other places for what you get, because they get the same quality of food, but it's just because it's being served between 12 and 2 o'clock, they're paying like 50% of the price of the a la carte menu almost. They're still getting the same snacks, they're still getting the same service, they're in the same building, you know what I mean? So this is what we have to do to try and make sure that the longevity of the business is secure, basically.
So, with so few covers, is it a set menu or is it a tasting menu or something like that where you
Well,
charge one price?
two different tasting menus. We have a long tasting menu, a short tasting menu, but we still have an a la carte menu, which is made up from dishes from the tasting menu. And then at lunchtime, we have the lunch menu. So Um, yeah, so it's more to be able to cater to everyone's needs really, and budgets really is the main thing that's obviously affecting the industry at the moment. But
No, and those are critical operational considerations, especially in fine dining where every cover counts. You've clearly
yeah,
adapted to the economic realities of turning tables and being creative. You mentioned that you still handle much of your procurement manually, relying on phone calls and face-to-face interactions with suppliers to ensure the best price and quality for your daily changing menu. Well, given the complexity of sourcing of fresh, high quality ingredients for your restaurant, what are the biggest challenges you face in this manual procurement process? And how does this impact your time, cost management, and the overall efficiency of your kitchen operations?
yeah. I mean, it's obviously it's tricky because when I'm there, it's fine, but obviously I have to have my holiday and I have to have my days off and this and that. So it's hard to make sure that the other members of staff know which things to order and what the correct prices are of stuff. So I obviously try to get as much stuff done before I go away, but there's like I can't be there all the time. It's not feasible. So yeah, the restrictions are is the restriction of the manual side of it really, because if you take away that, then there's no error if it was just able to be done on a whatever the word is, like a systemized. You know,
Automated system. Well, my question is also to the extent that you have personal relationships with your suppliers, and how does that
yeah, that's
transfer when you're gone and you have other members of staff? How does that work?
well, it's not too bad to be honest with you because they'll know that if anything's changed while I've been away, I'll ring them up and then make sure that it's changed back. Then they give us credit notes for things that haven't been charged quite correctly or anything like that. So it's not too bad. I'm never away for that long. I'm only ever away for a week at a time or whatever. Yeah, it is important. I still think that it's important to have the face to face relationships, if you like, or over the phone relationships with people because it's the best way to work. I think in this ever changing
Well,
industry.
and that makes sense, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah, obviously there is the importance of personal relationships in sourcing. You said you also use 7 rooms for reservations, and you're aware
yeah,
of the potential for technology to streamline operations. So from your
yeah.
perspective as a chef and now a business partner, what are the most promising applications of AI or other advanced technologies that could genuinely support the operational side of a fine dining restaurant like Prithvi, particularly in areas like procurement, inventory management, or even personalized guest experiences, without compromising the culinary artistry or the human element of service that defines your establishment?
So some examples is on Severines. They're good. It's a very good system for organising the bookings to make sure that we're getting the most out of the restaurant every night. As you mentioned before, that because we're such a small restaurant, we need to be able to have, especially on busy nights, we need to be able to turn tables, fill tables twice if we can. So
Right.
Severines is good at organising this automatically to make sure that we get the best out of the restaurant. And then, yeah, and it does other stuff like recording birthdays of people once they register. So that flags up to make sure that we know it's their birthday. We do something special for them. And then that will ensure that they come back. Do you see what I mean? Instead of them having to have a loud conversation about having how much of a nice birthday they're having so that they get a cake in the end. We've got it written down already.
Very cool. Very cool. So your insights into culinary excellence and operational efficiency in the pursuit and in your pursuit of a Michelin star are incredibly valuable. And you paint a clear picture of the dedication and strategic thinking required to lead in this demanding field. Now, looking at everything we've discussed, from maximizing revenue with limited covers and optimizing procurement to leveraging technology for efficiency and maintaining culinary artistry, if you had a magic wand and could fix just one thing in the fine dining industry that would most significantly enable restaurants like Prithvi to achieve both unparalleled culinary excellence and sustainable, profitable operations, what would that one thing be?
Would be to cut the VAT in half for hospitality. So take it from 20% to 10%. You said if I had that magic wand, mate, that's what I would be doing.
Let's pursue that. If they did cut the VAT in half, how would that affect your what you do?
Well, we would be able to, especially now being a part owner of this pub, I can see it on a day-to-day basis about how it's affecting it because this has only been a few months since I've been doing this. I've obviously known about it in the background, but now actually being able to see it on paper, we're constantly trying to cut corners, if you like, without affecting the experience of the customer. But it's very tricky to do so. Like I popped into the pub at lunchtime here, and because they're trying to keep the wages low, they was just one or two of them working, but magically, which is great, there was loads of people and they're eating and they were all running around. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, this is because we have to keep everything so tight that these people might not have be the best lunch of their life because you know what I mean? And it's just like a vicious circle because if they don't have a good time, they might never come back, which then affects
Right.
our revenue. which then
Correct.
do you see what I mean? It's just it's a horrible situation to be in, really. But
I hear that. It's like
yeah,
juggling. You're trying to do the
yeah,
work that you like doing, which is, doing the cooking, and then you have the financial issues that you have to worry about as well.
yeah. That's it, really.
Exactly. Well,
Really.
Tom, this has been an absolutely captivating conversation. Your passion for
Thank you.
culinary artistry, your business acumen, and your pursuit of the Michelin star are truly inspiring. Thanks so much for joining us on
Yeah.
Leading in Luxury.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, if you found Tom's insights as compelling as I did, be sure to subscribe to our channel and drop us a like. You can find more about Prithvi and their incredible culinary journey in the description below. For Leading in Luxury, I'm Daniel Renna, and I'll see you next time.